Hey y'all, so I'm finished with my first semester of law school. Ooh, 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 ooh.
I'm so happy we're done with finals. Guys, we're done. Oh my god, we're done.
I finished my first semester of law school on Wednesday, December 7th, 2016 at like 4:34. Maybe 4:24. But anyways, you guys get the point. I finished my first semester of law school. So I wanted to come to you guys and give a recap of the semester, talk about specifically some things that I did well, some things that I would do differently, and just how I'm feeling and my next steps. So yeah, let's see. Something that I did good and I will definitely keep doing is I started outlining early. So I told myself if I wanted to go to homecoming, I had to finish all of my outlines up until that point. And that worked really well for me because it was like time for finals and people are like, oh my gosh, I still got to finish my outlines. I still got to finish my outlines. Meanwhile, I just had to go back and tweak a few things, add a few things from the end of the semester. And so I had that already there. So that was really good. So I'm going to do that again. So probably with the spring semester, I'm going to be like, if I want to go to spring break, then I have to finish my outlines up until that point before spring break. And I think that will be a good plan. On the same note of outlines, I wish I would have made my outlines more detailed. When I was like looking through other people's outlines, of years prior, and like commercial outlines and everything, they were like 50 pages long. And I was like, that's too much. I want mine to be like short, sweet, and to the point. And yeah. So my Civ Pro outline was like 15 pages. We could bring the outline into the exam with us. So I printed it out. I took it into the exam. I tabbed it all up. I think I have it. Let me see. Yeah. So here's my Civ Pro outline. Y'all see the tabs with the different chapters. And then I also had this one, which was like a little checklist. So, like I said, it was like 15 pages. And clearly it was not enough. Like, I needed a lot more detail, especially because I could bring it into the exam with me. So I could have like written so much more and just had like whole answers. I remember there was this one question about alienage jurisdiction, and I remember we specifically talked about it in class. Like I couldn't remember the answer. I just remember discussing this in class. I'm looking for my outline for the answer. Of course, it's not there because my outline is not nearly detailed enough. So if you can take your outline into the exam with you, make sure it's very, very, very detailed, or maybe not even detailed, just list some of the hypotheticals that you all discussed in class because those are likely to be on the exam. Something else that I wish I would have done was spent a little bit less time reading and more time like actually practicing questions. Because in none of my classes, actually, contracts, we had like 2 questions about cases. Civil procedure, we had no questions about cases. Torts, not really. In legislation, regulation, we definitely didn't have any questions about cases. So I would spend a little bit less time reading and more time making sure that I grasp the concept. So like using supplements and practicing hypothetical questions more and less time reading. Like, of course, I still want to read and I still want to, make sure I understand the cases, but less time. Like at the beginning of the semester, I just spent so much time making sure I like understood every word. And then towards the end of the semester, I started referring to Quimby and like case briefs and stuff. And I still took away about just as much as I did when I was reading. So it's something I could do. And so like I said, I would spend more time doing practice questions. For Civ Pro, I found the LexisNexis Q&A to be very, 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 very helpful. But the thing is, I didn't find this book until the day before the exam. So the day before the exam, I'm like trying to do all these questions. There's like 300 questions. I'm like, I can't do all of this. I really, really wish I would have had this book like 2 months ago. So at the beginning of the semester, I'm going to try to, find questions that are good, and maybe at like the end of the chapter, like when we finish a chapter in class, like go through the questions for that chapter in one of the question and answer books. So yeah, let's see what else. I'm not sure what else I would do differently. I really enjoyed myself this semester. I made great friends, and I'm glad I did that. Next semester, I want to try to adventure outside of my friend group because, as you know, I'm an African American girl, and so I found it very easy to make friendships with the other African American girls. So next semester, I'm going to try to step outside of my comfort zone and make friendships with other people. And I don't mean just like, oh, what'd you think of this reading? I mean like actual friendships, like where we can go out, hang out, stuff like that. Yeah, so now it's December. Jobs opened, job applications opened up on December 1st. So I really, really have to get my job applications in this month. I applied for one job today. That was my first job, y'all. Ooh, 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 ooh. But then I realized I put the wrong date on the cover letter after I submitted it. The date said January 2016. We're just going to hope that the job didn't realize that. And if they did, that they don't count me out. Because I felt like I was really qualified for this job. And it was something that I really want. So let's just hope that God doesn't count me out for that one. So yeah, I'm going to finish. Well, not finish. I'm just going to apply for jobs like all month. School starts, second semester starts on January 3rd, y'all. Like, that's so soon. I don't even know when I'm going to order my books. I'm going home for Christmas break on December 18th, and I'll be back on the 30th. And then like the 31st and the 1st, I need to turn up for New Year. So then the 2nd, I need to go get my books. But it's like by the 2nd, I already need to have read and looked at some stuff for the classes that start on the 3rd. So much, y'all. But I'm just really relieved. I feel really accomplished. I finished a semester of law school. The exams, they were hard. I'm not gonna lie. Like, after torts, which was my 3rd exam, I felt pretty defeated, but I survived. I made it through the 4th one, and then I went out and had fun with my friends that night. So yeah, it's very doable, y'all. You can do it. You can do anything you put your mind to. So corny, but it's true. So yeah, I survived. So yeah, this video is going to be for you guys. It's some law school application tips.